verse 1.
Go ahead, read, brother.
And Yah has said to Abram, leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. Verse 2. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you.
Yeah.
I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. Verse 3. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all the peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Verse 4. So Abram left, as Yah had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. Verse 5. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran. And they set out for the land of Canaan, and they arrived there. Verse 6.
Have y'all read this before? This is a very powerful story. This is an actual factual story. Hallelujah. This is a move of complete and total faith. You can call it blind faith if you want to, but it's complete and total faith in Yah. Because many of us have fine things in our homes. No matter where we live, we are comfortable there. We've made our bed. And we even fix it up even better when we know guests are coming. And you know, it's kind of hard to think about leaving our home. All this stuff behind. Go ahead and read.
Verse 6. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Moreh in Shizim. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. Verse 7. Yah appeared to Abram and said, to your offspring, I will give this land.
Now, he's talking about future tense now, right? He's talking about your children that aren't even there yet, right? Go ahead and read, brother.
So he built an altar there to Yah, who had appeared to him. Verse 8. From there he went on toward the hills east of Bethel and pitched his tent, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the
Wait a
east.
minute, y'all say y'all just read this week? Who? Okay. How many have read this story before? How many are not familiar with this? Okay, because we don't have to read it, because this is a story that we've been taught for a long time, right? And the point of this reading is that we were kept separate from the nations. At this time, our Creator was setting his plan in action to raise up a nation of people who would be his example of righteousness on the earth. Y'all don't hear me? Because of his microphone, right? Even from the time that our forefathers lived in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, among those that are commonly called Africans today, we were segregated. But why was it necessary? Were we greater than any other nation of people? Actually, we were the least greatest nation and fewer in number than any other, according to Scripture. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7. Finish the first verse. 4, 5. Yeah, finish the first one.
Deuteronomy 7, verse 1.
Everybody there?
When Yah your mighty one brings you into the land you are entering to possess and drives out before you many nations, the Hashites, the Gashites,
skip on down to the second verse.
okay. And when Yah, your mighty,
the latter part of that says, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. 7 nations greater. Number of completion. He could have picked out any of those nations that were greater and mightier than. But Yah had a plan. Yah had a plan. Hallelujah. Go ahead and read, brother.
And when Yah, your mighty one, has delivered them over to you, and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally.
And we worried about stuff. But all you have to do is be still and know. Hallelujah. Go ahead and read, brother.
Make no
hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead and read, brother.
Make no treaty with them, and show them no mercy.
What does that mean, make no treaty with them? Make no agreements with them whatsoever. We compromise in a bit, and I'm talking about a little bit, in a splinter. That's quicker than a second or a minute. We will sit down, lay down, and be organized with you, and we should be moving away from you. We got people in our lives today we know we shouldn't be with.
Verse 3. Do not intermarry with them. Do not give your daughters to their sons, or take their daughters from your sons. Verse 4. For they will turn your sons away from following me.
Oh my goodness. Y'all had a plan. Stop the madness. You want to know how to stop madness? Keep your daughters away from them characters over there. Keep your sons away from those characters over there. Except they talk like this, the spirit, the Ruach, is not in them. Go ahead and read, my brother.
To serve other gods, and Yah's anger will burn against you, and you will quickly destroy you. Verse 5. This is what you are to do to them. Break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, cut down their Asherah poles, and burn their idols in the fire.
That sounds like violent actions. That's not hands up. That's not Black Lives Matter. Don't read them.
Verse 6. For you are a people holy to Yah, your mighty one.
What does holy mean? Set apart. You special. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. That's Yah stuff right there. Those Yah folk right there. They supposed to be different. They supposed to be separate. Because when it's time for us to get in action, we got all this energy from Yah in us, just waiting to do what Yah commanded us to do. But when you're separated, when you're intermingled, rather, and you get tired of trying to explain yourself because you want to be righteous. You get tired of telling folks, I don't want to go over there. Why do you want me to go over there? What you mean it's all right? It's just for a little while. What you mean I'm going to like him? What you mean she's the perfect one for me? If you stay over here in the Word, you don't have to argue about it. You just rejoice in the Word. Go and read, bro.
Yah, your mighty one, has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possession.
Now, Yah created all the people on the earth. Yah created all the nations and set them where the choices were made, and they set up camp, and that was Yah's will. Am I right? And we go back to Genesis, and we can start over, and we can see how Yah set things up. And Yah meant for us to be together. Didn't it? Just like today, brother told me how you all were communicating in here. That's how it's supposed to be. Not just on the Shabbat, but all the time. Go on, read, brother.
Verse 7. Yah did not set his affection on you and chose you because you were more numerous than other peoples. For you were the fewest of all peoples.
That goes back to the seventh chapter, first verse. 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. I didn't pick you because you were greater. I picked you because you were special. Go on, brother.
Verse 8. But it was because Yah loved you and kept the oath he swore to your forefathers, that he brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you from the land of slavery, from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
You know how powerful the Pharaoh is? You need to do a research on how powerful out of the mouth of the Pharaoh, so it was. Am I right? But he said here, what did he say about the Pharaoh? Redeemed you out of the house of the bondman, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Ooh, is Yah bad or what? Why are we wasting his time? That he's allowed us just live in any old kind of way, thinking all kind of which way. Who you represent when you leave the house every day? With your separated self. Hands up, don't shoot. Go on, read, brother.
Verse 9.
Verse 9.
Know, therefore, that Yah, your mighty one, is Yah. He is the faithful Yah, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commands.
The 8th verse says how faithful he is, because he swore it to our fathers. He kept his word, not that he gave to us, but to our daddies, our grandpa. God's awesome. He's a faithful mighty one. He keeps his word. When he says, I'm going to move in a mighty way on your behalf, if he told your grandfather that, you better believe it's happening. I'm going to read, my brother.
Verse 10. But those who hate him, he will repay to their face of destruction.
It's coming.
He will not be slow to repay to their face those who hate him.
Wow.
Verse 11. Therefore, take care to follow the commands, decrees, and laws I give you today. Verse 12. If you pay attention to these laws and are careful to follow them, then Yah, your mighty one, will keep his covenant of love with you, as he swore to your forefathers. Verse 13. He will love you and bless you and increase your numbers. He will bless the fruit of your womb.
What does that mean? What does that mean? The fruit of your womb is what? Your children. You look around at our children today, you got to ask yourself, where's the blessing of Yah? You think Yah put these children with these parents for them to be raised any old kind of way? That's your choice, baby. Now what you going to do with it? Somebody in the equation must turn to Yah. Or the children will be just as whacked as you. I'll read.
The crops of your land, your grain, new wine and oil, the calves of your herds, and the lambs of your flocks, in the land that he swore to your forefathers to give you.
Where you at, brother?
That's the end of verse 13.
Are y'all hearing this? The more he reads, the better it gets. The more I hear, the more I want to be Israelite. Because none of this is talking like it's talking to the Muslim, to Islam. It don't sound like it's really talking to the Christians, unless they follow Yah. And Christians ain't about to give up the back of the book yet. They're not ready for that. You got first and second book. Israelite brothers and sisters are not ready to give up the back of the book yet. They look like us, dress like us, they believe like us, till you get to Malachi. Brother told me, you stop at Malachi, you don't believe in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? I said, I believe in it, but I don't teach it. I believe it's a lie. I believe it's error. That's what I believe in. Erroneous teaching, there it is. Rabbi, there you go. We don't go.
Verse 14. You will be blessed more than any other people.
Woo! I want to join. I'm in. I'm all in. What do I need to do to be saved? What must I do to be a part of this, to get this? Keep on reading, my brother.
None of your men or women will be childless, nor any of your livestock without young. Verse 15. Yah will keep you free. Verse 15. Yah will keep you free from every disease. He will not inflict on you the horrible diseases you knew in Egypt.
Wow.
But he will inflict them on all who hate you. Verse 16. You must destroy all the peoples Yah, your mighty one, gives over to you. Do not look on them with pity, and do not serve their gods.
And that's exactly what we'll do.
For that will be a snare to you.
And that's exactly right. Exactly right. You're trying to feel sorry for folk because they're relatives, kinfolk, who believe in JC or Buddha and all the other mess. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We trying to hold on to people. And we looking at the sicknesses that are falling on us. Why do you think we got all these diseases? Diseases. Your mind is diseased. Your heart is diseased. Your spirit is always diseased. You're always in a situation where you're at a disease. You're not comfortable wherever you go. You're uncomfortable. People come to your house, you're uncomfortable. You go to their house, you're uncomfortable. Because you were people that look like you that don't understand what you believe. They don't understand the power of the Creator that they claim to serve. Come on, read, brother. Are y'all getting anything out of this?
Verse 17. You must say to yourselves, these nations are stronger than we are. How can we drive them out? Verse 18. But do not be afraid of them. Remember well what Yah, your mighty one, did to Pharaoh and to all Egypt. Verse 19. You saw with your own eyes the great trials, the miraculous signs and wonders, the mighty land and outstretched arm, with which Yah, your mighty one, brought you out. Yah, your mighty one, will do the same to all the peoples you now fear. Verse 20. Moreover, Yah, your mighty one, will send the hornet among them until even the survivors who hide from you have perished. Verse 21. Do not be terrified by them, for Yah, your mighty one, who is among you, is a great and awesome God. Verse 22. Yah, your mighty one, will drive out those nations before you, little by little. You will not be allowed to eliminate them all at once, or the wild animals will multiply around you. Verse 23. But Yah, your mighty one, will deliver them over to you, throwing them into a great confusion until they are destroyed. Verse 24. He will give their kings into your hand, and you will wipe out their names from under heaven. No one will be able to stand up against you. You will destroy them.
What you worried about?
Verse 25. The images of their gods you are to burn in the fire. Do not covet the silver and gold on them, and do not take it for yourselves, for you will be ensnared by it, for it is detestable to Yah your mighty.
It is an abomination. You know, that tells us we need to do a self-examination of our own homes. What do you have that's in your home that you need to get rid of? You know, a little cross you got hanging in the closet or on the back of that door that Granny gave you. A little angel sitting up there, the praying hands, all that stuff. We need to check ourselves. Don't read.
Verse 26. And do not bring a detestable thing into your house, or you, like it, will be set apart for destruction.
How you going to be set aside and be different if you got the same thing everybody else got? Same thing. Well, it don't mean what you think it mean, baby. Okay. Trash. Go ahead.
Utterly abhor and detest it, for it is set apart for destruction.
It's set apart for destruction. You keep it, you're going to be part of that destruction. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Y'all had a plan. You all right? Moshe was raised up to bring our forefathers out of Egypt and away from the Egyptians. Why? Because we had started living just as they did. We started taking on their ways, believing like they believe. Sound familiar? Hallelujah. The Egyptians worshiped many gods, and the host of heaven, which was contrary to Yah and contrary to his commandments. So, remembering the covenant that he made with our forefathers, Abraham, Ishaq, and Yaakov, he, when I say he, I'm talking about Yah, brought us out into the wilderness. He brought us out into the wilderness, where he, Yah, separated us from the nations all around about us. Brought us out into the wilderness, separated us from the other nations, and cleaned us up. Cleansed us up, and he married us. Yeah. And these were our vows, Exodus 20. Yeah. Praise the mighty Yah. There's a wedding ceremony going on in the wilderness, y'all. These are some serious vows. Go on, read, brother. Start the first verse.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And Yah spoke all these words.
All these words.
Verse 2. I am Yah, your mighty one, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. Verse 3. You shall have no other gods before me. Verse 4. You shall not make yourself an idol in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. Verse 5. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, Yah, your mighty one, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the fathers to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. Verse 6. Showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments.
Yeah.
Verse 7. You shall not misuse the name of Yah, your mighty one, for Yah will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name.
Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Was that it?
No. Verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy.
I don't think it was it. It said remember the Shabbat. Remember. Remember means it was something they were doing already, all along. Hallelujah. 6 days shalt thou labor. Do all the work you got to do. Handle your business. But this day is the day that belongs to me. But the seventh day is the Shabbat of Yah, thy mighty one. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, and 11 verse says, for in 6 days Yah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and the rest of the seventh day, wherefore Yah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. That's your hand.
I still don't understand the mindset of those who say the Shabbat is a privilege and we're not supposed to do it in captivity. And it doesn't make sense.
You have a group of people who are always going to have a mindset that's different. We're always going to be different. We're going to be different. The other camps are going to be different. There's never going to be a continuity. There's never going to be a singleness of thought because the scripture says it's not. Because we are stiff-necked and stubborn people. Some people are not going to give the Mashiach up, no matter how they look. See what I'm saying?
To what she was saying, those people are not the people that believe that don't believe that Yah changes. And they don't believe the scripture that he said, I changed God.
Right, exactly. It can't be the people of the book.
They don't believe that.
They can't believe it.
So those are the ones that want to give a different view about why they do whatever they do. They want to, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They want to, certain commandments are not supposed to.
Right.
And he does not change.
And I'm like this. If you have a problem with anything that is going on where you sit your behind, you have a right to get your behind up and unsit it and leave. That's anywhere, am I right? Same thing holds true here. I will help you leave. Because we're not going to change anything that the word hasn't changed. Hallelujah. I'm not going to promise you we get it 100%. But I'm going to tell you we're going to be 100% trying to get it right. You can believe that. Now, if you're going to be the Hebrew police and have an art against us because we're trying to get it right, then later on for you, Buster, either you're trying to help or you can get the step. Simple as that. Hallelujah. I'm not going to go to your place and tell you how to run your place. Hallelujah. Did we finish that? Where were you? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 12. Honor your father and your mother, so that you may live long in the land that Yah, your mighty one, is giving you.
A lot of people don't understand that right there. So honor your mother and your father, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yah, thy mighty one, giveth thee. I believe that's the first promise of longevity in life. To honor your mother, your parents, means to treat them almost the same way you treat God. They are the representatives of Yah on the earth as far as you're concerned. Little boy, little girl, they are God to you. You raise your voice to me, I'll smack the taste out your mind. Who the hell you think you are talking to me like that? Negro out. Hello? Because I'm trying to help you because you put yourself in a place not to be blessed and not to have a long life. Hello?
Hallelujah.
Are you feeling the heat now? Y'all still don't feel the heat? We can get up and do some dancing like we did back in the day, I bet you could. We'll stop. Honor your father and your mother means when you see daddy and mama, hey dad, hey mom, how you doing? What can I do for you? Hello? How you feeling? What you need? What can I do? I got some script. You got some script for me? Because one day the young are going to become old and they're to be honored. Hello? He says to honor the hoary head one. What does that mean? Those that have gray hair. Right? Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Don't be ripping the brothers off. Anything you need, Yah will provide. Thou shalt not what? Huh? Go on, read, brother.
Verse 16?
Yeah.
You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor.
Mm-hmm. I saw it. You ain't seen nothing. Quit lying, that's your friend. You trying to come on, just say you sorry. You know how we do. We'll go to court and lie for you. I would lie for you, yeah. Come on, baby, come on. That was a close one.
Or stress the truth. Yeah, I saw something, but I don't know exactly
Yeah, I know exactly what it was.
Say.
Yeah. Please.
I see them march down the street.
Where you at, bro?
Verse 17.
All right.
You shall not covet your neighbor's house.
Covet, not covet. What does that mean? Not covet your neighbor's house. Man, they got a nice crib. Did you see that? Mother got a steam bath in one of them jacuzzi in the back of her crib, boy. Nigga, me. Mother gonna be like, what's that in the backyard? Oh, that's Moreh.
That's a wine. What you doing?
Get out of there, Moreh. I thought I was in my crib. You know you ain't got no. I want one of those for myself, and I'm not moving till I get one. Don't be covering that. If you want it, y'all will provide it. Or she won't mind you using it at 4 o'clock. She ain't using it. Go on.
And you better watch coming people's stuff, because you don't know what they did to get it.
You don't know what they did to get it or what they got to do to keep it.
That's right.
You trying to handle what you got, and you barely doing that. You want another thing to carry?
And that's another thing that our people see. They see all these glorious things, and we see all these glorious things, and we want them, but we don't know the stakes to get it.
That's
and
right.
We realize that, man, I wish I never asked for it.
And you know the problem with us wanting things, that's just us desiring white folk stuff. We trying to be like them. You ain't supposed to be trying to plant your feet and hold on to what's in America. You're supposed to be preparing yourself mentally as well as physically to get up out of here. And the only way you're going to prepare physically to leave is to have the less to carry, the less to worry about, the less to give up, the less to walk away from.
Hallelujah.
Because you know y'all got more for you. When we gonna get it? When is he gonna take us to the land? When? See, you worried about all the stuff you shouldn't even be worried about.
And some people so impatient. They say, you know what? Come on, let's go to the land. It's all there.
I'm going to Jerusalem. I'm going to over there. I'm going to. God told me, and you get there, and it's just like it is here, or worse. I talked to his brother. He told me just the other day somebody got jacked up down the street from him.
They got one of the biggest gay parade over there too.
One of the what?
Biggest gay parade.
Man, being gay is the thing. It's the, you in the mix if you're homosexual in America now. They can't say nothing. They can't bother you. You can have a parade. A parade. You can't even go and get your tie-dye on anymore because they're going to say, are you gay?
You know, Moreh, I do taxes, and that's one of this incentive for me not to be doing taxes anymore. Because all the people come to me, wow, just and you.
It's a class we do on taxes.
Yeah, you can't sit on things, so I kind of stop.
We're going to stop there on the commandments right there. A holy nation is formed. A set-apart nation is formed. Go to Exodus 24:7. Exodus 24:7 and 8. After Moshe consecrated the people and read over the law, our wedding vows, what did he do? What did the people say? Exodus 24:7 and 8.
Then he took to the book of the covenant and read it to the people. They responded, we will do everything Yah has said.
Listen to them Negroes talk. We standing at the altar with Yah. What they say, sis? We do it. We're going to do all that Yah said. You know what they said? That's what our daddy said, right? Read it, brother.
We will obey.
All that Yah has said will we do and be obedient. And what else? What did Moshe do? Read the next verse, 8 verse.
Verse 8. Moses then took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, "This is the blood of the covenant that Yah has made with you in accordance with all these words."
Go to Deuteronomy 7:6. No, ain't no such covenant made with Israel with no JC. The blood is against you. Loose here in the name of. Oh, the blood of JC. That's right. That's all we do. I plead the blood. You plead the blood on the ground. Praying for you, boy. The blood, they pierced him in his side. And out came vinegar and wine. What came out?
Water, blood.
Yeah, something like that.
How to be a cannibal.
Some beer.
Yeah,
One-on-one.
look at that too. Now that kind of way.
Deuteronomy 7:6.
For you are a holy people, holy to Yah your mighty one. Yah your mighty one has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possession.
Is that too much for us to handle? Because when you tell people that, they ought to get it. They already, what the problem to me is we already in the book. It's not like Azor's trying to get them to read a book they've never picked up before. She's not trying to get them to see that she's any smarter than them, even though she usually is. Well, it's just the truth. If you're an intelligent person, people can usually tell that they don't like you because of it. Because they perceive that you think that you're the smartest person in the room. And your parents have already told you numerous times, be careful, you don't want people to think that you're the smartest person in the room. Why? Why in the world do we tell our child to check themselves at the intelligence level? Because you don't have no friends like that. People will alienate you. So what? They don't like you, baby. Why? Because they say I'm smarter than they think. I think I'm smarter than them. They just intimidated because of your intelligence. What they need to do is keep reading some more. What's wrong with being intelligent? What's wrong with being intelligent? What's wrong with being the most intelligent person in the room and you know it? Is anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with it if it's you or is it the person that's in the room with you and they're intimidated because of what? Why they don't like you, mother? Because you're intelligent and they not? What is it? You trying to tell them something they never heard before? That's what they don't like. What was it in that movie we saw? You can't handle the truth. Looking for a few good men. Tom Cruise was over.
I remember growing up when I would tell people stuff, they would zone out a little bit. And I just stopped talking and I've explained to some of my friends that's why I would become like a goofy gadget because nobody understood half the stuff I was talking about anyway. So I dumb myself down to their level.
That's a damn shame that we have to dumb you down to be friends with people. Dummy yourself down. You read Deuteronomy 7:6? After this, the fame of our folk, the fame of our people swept the earth. It was known that we belonged to Yah, and that He, Yah, the Most High, was with us. We conquered many, many nations in battle because Yah fought our battles for us. I say Yah fought our battles for us. He kept sickness and disease away from us.
Hallelujah.
And multiplied us greatly. Did he do it? We grew to become the mightiest nation on earth. And we still are. Everything our people touched turned to gold. Why? Because we walked in the ways of Yah. and showed forth his righteousness. I said we walked in the ways of Yah and showed forth his righteousness.
Hallelujah.
But then came the test. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Easter of Yah. Let's take a moment to look at yet another thing that was given to our people to appease us. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yeah. They took one of the men given to our people as a great leader and made his birthday into a holiday. But it is not a national holiday. I checked, it's not. It is not a national holiday like all the others. Companies have the option now. Yeah, they do. Oh, you're going to come to work. I don't care about that nigga. Or whether or not to honor it. Now, that's deep. That shows us just what they really think of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, doesn't it? But is this a man after Yah? I always ask people that. They want to talk about Martin. And I don't talk badly about him. He did what he thought was right. And he was a good man and all that. But was this a man after Yah's own heart? Was he sent by Yah, the mighty one of Israel, to lead our people? Was he sent? Or was it all just a part of the weapon used to further destroy our people by pushing us to live just like the nations? So,
I remember doing a little bit deeper research on him when I was researching about Martin Luther, the German. And it turns out Martin Luther King, whose original name is Michael, decided to go on. He went to Germany to find out more about Martin Luther. And he said that he got revelation from there and felt a spiritual connection and wanted to follow in Martin Luther's footsteps. So he went back home and changed his name to Martin Luther. And so he went off and tried to teach the same doctrine that Martin Luther had started.
and well, actually, he really was trying to mimic and be more like Gandhi. Yeah. He really honored Gandhi's nonviolent posture. And Gandhi was the man that would take a lick and keep on sitting there and just. So Martin took on that. Go to Jeremiah 23, 21 through 28. Y'all have heard Martin Luther King preach. You all have heard of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, right, Zora? They still talk about it in school today, right?
Talk about it.
Malcolm and Martin, right? Have you heard about it in school, right? Martin Luther King? He is presented to us to be a great man of God. Right? A great man of God. Isn't that right? To lead us to the promised land. Where did he lead us to?
More messed up.
Where?
More separate.
Jeremiah 23. 21 to 28.
More confused.
Yes, sir.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 21. I did not send these prophets, yet they have run with their message. I did not speak to them, yet they have prophesied. Verse 22. But if they had stood in my counsel, they would have proclaimed my words to my people, and would have turned them from their evil ways, and from their evil deeds. Verse 23. Am I only a God nearby, declares Yah, and not a God far away? Verse 24. Can anyone hide in secret places so that I cannot see them? Declares Yah.
Anybody.
Do not I fill heaven and earth? Declares Yah. Verse 25. I have heard what the prophets say who prophecy lies in my name. They say, I had a dream. I had a dream.
Oh, that sounds just like mine. I'm just asking. A man of God proclaiming to have a dream, to lead us to the promised land. Go ahead and read it. Is that it?
Verse 26. How long will this continue in the hearts of these lying prophets, who prophesy the delusions of their own minds? Verse 27. They think the dreams they tell one another will make my people forget my name, just as their fathers forgot my name through Baal worship.
That's another name, a word for Lord. Right? Praise the Lord. Thank you, Lord. The thing you say after Lord is Jesus. Right? Martin didn't teach us about Yah. Martin didn't even teach us about Yahshua if it was going that way. He didn't teach us anything in the vein of Israel. He was not the man of Yah sent to lead us to the promised land. He was a Christian brother, and he was just following the plan. That's all he was doing.
Verse 28. Let the prophet who has a dream tell his dream, but let the one who has my words speak it faithfully. For what has straw to do with grain? Declares Yah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We are supposed to be separate. Far removed from the folk trying to be like what we're trying to be like. Hallelujah. Now, this message is not intended to teach us to hate any nation of people. That's the first thing people, y'all preaching, teaching hate. But what it is intended to do is because to show our people, the so-called renamed Negro, that we are a chosen and peculiar people to our mighty one. Yeah. To show our folk that we have a culture and we have a heritage, and that we no longer have to grab onto the culture of other nations. The set-apart scripture is our history book.
Hallelujah.
History of his people. It is the word of our mighty one that teaches us the way that we must walk. Teaches us the commandments that we must obey in order to obtain, if you really want it, salvation. The New Testament declares salvation is of the Jews. That's the New Testament. Now, because of integration, we truly hate one another and are killing each other just to have the right. Just to have the right. Pow, because he was on my block. Pow, because I had the right to get them shoes that he paid for. We no longer want to teach one another for fear that our own brother or our own sister might get up higher than we are. I'm not going to give them too much information because I don't want them to take my job, take my position. Am I right? The majority of us, I shouldn't say the majority because I don't know the majority, but so many of us don't want to live in the same fraternacle neighborhood as our own people.
Hallelujah. That's so true.
Am I right or is I wrong?
Hallelujah. You are true.
We want to live out in the suburbs where the Europeans are. The Europeans. Well, moving on, look. And what do they do as soon as too many of us, that's two, move in, they move out. You remember when we first moved over where we are? What happened? For sale signs start going up. Hallelujah. And now that we have convinced ourselves, self-deception, that we are equal with the nations and the same as everybody else. Do you see what is happening right before your very eyes? Remember, Yah told us in Deuteronomy 28, let's go there, the first verse through the 14th verse. Yah's word is true. I'm almost finished. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. I know y'all saying, you know what, I read this all through the week. I love this. What you say, my brother?
No way. I read it 100 times or more.
Hey, man, we're supposed to read it as long as we can, because there's going to come a time when we're not going to be able to read this.
Hallelujah, that's right.
It's got to be in your heart. In order for you to live this, it's got to be in your heart, right? You are special. We looked up the word special. You are literally, in Yah's eyes, special. You are a treasure. You know what you do with a treasure, right? You hide it away. You dust it off. Put it in a safe deposit box. Am I right? You don't even tell anybody about it. Because you don't want nobody else to get it. It's my treasure. Hallelujah. Go ahead and read, brother. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14.
Verse 1. If you fully obey Yah your mighty one and carefully follow his commands I give you today, Yah your mighty one will set you high above all the nations on earth.
Promise of blessings. That's what this is.
Verse 2. All these blessings will come upon you and occupy you obey Yah your mighty one. Verse 3. You will be blessed in the city and blessed in the country. Verse 4. The fruit of your womb will be blessed, and the crops of your land and the young of your livestock, the cows of your herds and lambs of your flocks.
I understand when folk looked out the window aforetime, they heard bah. What do we hear? They were agricultural people. Rain was important to us. The ground that we tilled was, we prayed it was fertile. Thank you, Myrtle. Thank you. Fertile. And Yah bless us with that. That's how we ate. That's how we made our living. Right? Go on, read, brother.
Verse 5. Your basket and your need through will be blessed.
Just like your crops.
Verse 6. You will be blessed when you come and be blessed when you go out. Verse 7. Yah will grant that the enemies who rise up against you will be defeated before you.
Praise the mighty Yah. You don't have to lock your doors when you leave.
They will come at you from one direction, but flee from you in 7. Verse 8. Yah will send a blessing on your barns and on everything you put your hand to.
Hallelujah.
Yah, your mighty one, will bless you in the land he is giving you. Verse 9. Yah will establish you as his holy people.
Yes, he will.
As he promised you on oath. If you keep the commands of Yah, your mighty one, and walk in his ways.
But you gotta obey.
Hallelujah.
Verse 10. Then all the peoples on earth will see that you are called by the name of Yah.
He ain't got no many names. It's one name. Yah. Go ahead and read, brother.
And they will fear you. Verse 11. Yah will grant you abundant prosperity.
Praise Yah.
In the fruit of your womb, the young of your livestock, and the crops of your ground.
He keeps giving us the same promise. He keeps repeating himself. He wants us to understand what he's promising us, who he is and who we are to be. This is all you got to do is obey me, and look what you're going to have.
Hallelujah.
Children going to be blessed. Your ground's going to be blessed. Your body's going to be blessed. Everything around you is going to be different, special. Go ahead and read, brother.
In the land he swore to your forefathers to give you. Verse 12. Yah will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands.
Hallelujah.
You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none.
You shall lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. You shall lend, but not borrow.
Hallelujah.
Go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 13.
Listen.
Yah,
This is the shout part right here.
Yah will make you the head, not the tail. If you pay attention to the commands of Yah, your mighty one, that I give you this day, and carefully follow them,
Ooh-wee.
you will always be at the top, never at the bottom.
Remember, Yah told us in Deuteronomy 28 and 13 that where we were, that where we were the head, we would become the tail, and that the stranger would get up higher than us. Did that not happen? If you don't believe it, just look around, Bishop McCobb, the next time you patronize a Dairy Queen, or a flea market, or a beauty supply store, or go into a gas station, look around. Just take a look around downtown, look up, and what's that hammering noise coming from the roof? The roof is Mexicans, because Negroes can't. Or when you see a construction site, check out who is working. All the other nations got employment. They're up there hammering away. Then notice how often you see this in your neighborhood. Take a look around your hood. The jobs that used to be a guaranteed job for our people have now been given to people of other nations. Is that not a fact? Just a little something for you to think about. The only reason why America has been kept safe, and the only reason it has prospered is why? Because she holds the kings and the queens and priests of Israel, the house of Yehuda, as her captives. And if you stop and think about it, as I close, of all the things that civil rights and integration has brought about, has any of it really benefited our people? Are we really any better off? If you believe that having the freedom to be as sinful as you want to be is being better off, just remember there's a judgment day. We know that slavery in its physically brutal form has ended. Now those same shackles that were around our feet and our ankles are now around our minds. Same shackles. Around our brains. Same shackles. We are still sharecroppers in this land of our captivity. Are we free as the so-called prophet dreamed? Jeremiah 23:32. We're going to close with Ecclesiastes. After we read Jeremiah 23:32. Y'all get anything out of this? Look out. It's really not so good, is it? Free at last, free at last.
It says, separate yourselves from the enemy.
That's right. But we trying to get close. How come they won't let me in? I got rights. Malcolm said, why it didn't make sense to him. Why would you want to go sit in Mr. White's restaurant and wait for him to serve you the food that he, first of all, don't want you in the place? He's going in the back fixing you food. What you think is in his heart, for real? As he's stirring up them grits, you know what you get. That don't look like no butter. That's some slimy looking butter right there. Look like saliva. They hated us back then, but we free now. So they love us.
You live in a high life for free.
We are just entertainment for them. Take us off the football field. Take us off the court. Take us off the paint. It's over. Am I right? We know white men can jump because they got a lot of black in them now. We train them very well, but we record. My bad. I ain't scared to tell the truth now. Take us off any, and it's not just the field of play. It's architecture, it's music, it's the fine arts, it's everywhere where we have a mind. We surpass you. You have to show us for 2 or 3 times. Once we physically or mentally get it, it's all over, baby.
It's hard.
Look at our musicians. And the only thing I have against my brothers and sisters who are doing well, the first thing they do is go find them a white woman. Yeah, I said it. We just read what he said. Separate yourself. Now you got to go home to a white woman talking about your job, your experience with Mr. Charlie. Oh, did I offend you, baby? I'm sorry. Are you not going to cook now? Talking about my daddy. Hell no. Why would you do that? Yes, the white woman treats us different because she doesn't have the experience that she had to go through under her belt. Has she had to struggle with anything in her life? It's not even a fair argument or conversation for you to come up with some cracker woman as a wife. Come here. Let me baby understand. You don't understand a damn thing, woman. Now, when I talk to Maisha about what kind of jacked up day I've had working with Mr. Charlie, then she can know for certain what I've been through for real.
Hallelujah.
You know what we have to do to get these jobs, don't you?
Yeah.
Every time you see him coming toward your desk, you wonder, okay, is it? Am I right or wrong? Good day, man. Just glad to see you. Go on, read, brother. Jeremiah 23 and 32.
Verse 32. Indeed, I am against those who prophesy false dreams, declares Yah. They tell them and lead my people astray with their reckless lies. Yet I did not send or appoint them.
No, dude.
They do not benefit these people in the least, declares Yah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Miss McCall, how are we to set a set-apart example to the world if we don't first learn to walk as a set-apart people, set-apart people on Yah Shabbat, not on Sunday, keeping Yah set-apart days, not man's holidays? Choose you this day who you will serve. Some may have to separate from those strange relationships, friends, and whatnot. Even so come, Abiyah, and find us guilty of obeying your word, walking according to your Torah. Be very pleased with us, Yah. In your name we pray. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah. Ecclesiastes, I apologize, 12. Let's hear the conclusion of this. Well, I like that outfit you got on. That's sharp. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's sharp. See, we are beautiful people. Aren't we beautiful?
Hallelujah.
We are so beautiful. I don't know why our brothers wouldn't want our fine women. I mean, I don't understand why our brothers, you can talk about they big mouths and all this. They have been through hell. Yeah, you gonna catch it. I mean, my wife don't talk loud. She don't get put.
And I don't either.
And I know my daughter, if she's anything like me, she's calm and reserved.
Yes.
And if you don't get it, you just don't get it. You don't lock on and drug people to death. You just. Yeah, read that Ecclesiastes. I already know this crap.
Ecclesiastes, be scared.
Flying like. Oh, you don't know like I know it, but it's damn bro. Yeah. What we say? Ecclesiastes, okay.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Now all has been heard. Here is the conclusion of the matter. Fear Yah and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Hallelujah. Hey, right
Verse
quick.
14. Oh.
Right quick. Somebody read Isaiah 49:6. And then we're gonna, that's it, we're done. I meant for us to read that before we read Ecclesiastes. 49.
Isaiah 49:6.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
You shall do more than restore Israel to me. I will make you a light to the nations of the world, to bring my salvation to them too.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
Can you imagine these two Negroes on the corner reading to our people? These two? Can you imagine? Look up here. I'm pointing to my daughter and this guy right here. This is Eliakim. And you shall know that Yah said to move. This is all. And if you don't move, can you imagine the kids coming out? Y'all preachers! Wait a minute, what am I saying? I lost my mind for a minute. Come on, brother, read. Come on, read, brother. Yeah.
Verse 14. For Yah will bring every deed onto judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil.
Hallelujah.
Praise Yah.
Hallelujah!
Was that it?